They called him a traitor before they called him emperor. Julius Caesar stood at a narrow river with his army behind him and the Roman Republic in front of him. By law, crossing meant death. For him, and for Rome's political order. Caesar crossed anyway. In that single step, tradition yielded to ambition, and law surrendered to force. This was not the fall of Rome in one night. It was the moment Rome admitted what it had been denying for decades. The Republic was already dying. Caesar didn't kill it. He stopped pretending it could be saved. By Caesar's time, the Republic existed more as a ritual than a reality. Power rested with a small Senate elite consumed by corruption, bribery, and paralysis. Elections were bought. Political violence was routine. Reformers were blocked, exiled, or murdered. Wealth flowed upward, while veterans and the urban poor were discarded once they were no longer useful. Rome didn't govern. It stalled. Everyone knew the system was failing, yet no one dared dismantle what still benefited them. The Republic wasn't stable. It was brittle, tense, and waiting to break. Caesar was shaped by this decay. He was not born rich or powerful. What he had was debt, charm, and an instinct for danger. Where others played safe, Caesar took risks, aligning with radicals, offending conservatives, borrowing enormous sums to buy influence. Failure meant exile or execution. Success meant total dominance. He studied people more than principles, loyalty more than law, mercy when it served him, brutality when it didn't. Caesar didn't rise by accident or virtue. He rose because he understood Rome as it was, not as it pretended to be. He climbed politics like a battlefield. Publicly, he aligned with the masses, presenting himself as their champion. Privately, he formed the first triumvirate with Pompey and Crassus, trading favors for protection. Laws were forced through assemblies. Opposition was humiliated rather than debated. Bribes flowed openly. To the Senate, Caesar was dangerous. To the people, he was generous. Grain distributions, public games, debt relief. Every gesture bought loyalty. By the time resistance formed, it no longer mattered. Popularity had already become power. Gaul turned Caesar into something Rome could not control. For nearly a decade, he waged relentless war across modern France and beyond. Entire tribes were crushed, cities erased, hundreds of thousands died. He called it defense. It was conquest. The spoils were immense, but more dangerous than gold was what followed. An army loyal to him personally. His soldiers were paid, rewarded, remembered. They followed Caesar, not the Senate. By the time the wars ended, he no longer needed Rome's permission. He had outgrown it. At the Rubicon, Caesar faced a choice with no safe outcome. The Senate ordered him to disband his army. Obedience meant political death. Defiance meant civil war. Caesar chose defiance. The die is cast. He marched into Italy, shattering centuries of tradition. There was no immediate battle. Cities opened their gates. Officials fled. Rome panicked. The Republic had no answer for a general who moved faster than law itself. In crossing that river, Caesar proved a fatal truth. Force now outweighed institutions. Pompey, once his ally, fled with the Senate's legitimacy and treasury. Caesar had speed, veterans, and audacity. They met in Greece. At Pharsalus, outnumbered and surrounded, Caesar won through discipline and timing. Pompey ran. Egypt finished him. Balance vanished. Rome no longer had competing powers. Only one man who had defeated every alternative. Caesar returned as master of the state. He didn't abolish the Republic. He absorbed it. Named dictator, then dictator for life, he centralized power on a scale Rome had never seen. Reforms followed, but so did statues, honors, and reserved seats among the gods. His image appeared on coins while he still lived. Rome still had laws and offices, but none mattered without Caesar's approval. The Republic survived on paper alone. Fear bred conspiracy. Senators convinced themselves they were saving Rome, not murdering a man. Led by Brutus and Cassius, they struck on the Ides of March. Caesar entered the Senate unarmed and was stabbed again and again by men he had spared. When he saw Brutus, he stopped resisting. The conspirators expected applause. They got silence. Caesar's death solved nothing. Riots followed. Antony turned the funeral into a weapon. The assassins fled. Rome descended into chaos worse than before. Power vacuums do not restore freedom. They produce violence. Within a generation, Rome accepted what Caesar had already proven. One ruler was inevitable. Octavian rose as Augustus. Caesar's name became a title. His methods became precedent. Caesar did not live to wear a crown, but because of him, Rome would never again be a republic. His legacy is simple and brutal. Republics don't fall when attacked. They fall when they can no longer govern themselves.